If you ever get to the end of the week and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't make anything happen, or I don't have any focus and I don't know what to do, this is the episode for you, because this week we are going to talk about what to focus on each week in your equine business so you actually move it forward. Because if you don't decide what you're focusing on, the week will decide for you. You'll be busy, you'll be full, you'll be doing all the things all day, and you'll still feel like nothing has shifted. So I'm going to walk you through how to choose your weekly focus properly, and I'm going to give you some examples so you can apply it straight away. Ready? Let's jump in.
You're listening to the Equine Business Podcast. Practical business support for equine business owners. With Jenni Bush, the Equine Business Mentor.
So when I say move forward, I'm not talking about some big, crazy overhaul. I'm not talking about some massive leap. I mean the business going in the direction you actually want it to go. Now, that could be, I want to make more money. It could be, I want some more time for myself. I want more stability. I want less stress. But whatever it is, the point is you can only move in the right direction if you've actually decided what that direction is. So many people are like, I don't feel like I'm moving forward. It's like, because you don't know where you're going, do you? And then there's nowhere to go. So what I see constantly is people that they work really, really hard. They deliver well. They care about their work. They care about their horses. They do their best, but they don't choose this focus. And because they don't have this focus, you end up just responding to what's urgent, responding to the messages, clients come first. And then you feel like the week has disappeared and you've had your effort, you're exhausted, but you've not made any progress with your business at all. So the weekly focus isn't just a motivational thing, it's practical. And that's what we're aiming for. So it starts, first of all, with getting really, really clear on what it is you're trying to achieve and why you're trying to achieve it. If you don't really know why you're trying to achieve, sometimes you're going to let it drift and you're not actually going to do the action. Then we have to choose the action that's going to move that and make sure that it's realistic inside your weeks with a really clear, measurable end. So this is what we are going in depth a bit more with today. So step one, if you've got a notepad, great. You might need it for this. But if you want to know what to focus on each week to move your business forward, we're going to go into deciding what you're trying to move right now. So the first thing that you focus on each week is the result that you're actually trying to create. And you need to make it really clear. So this is not about 5 years' time, 12 months' time. It's not about anything that's vague. It has to be specific, it has to be measurable, and it has to be achievable right now. So if the pressure in your business is money, say that, right? I need more income because things feel tight. And that's going to become your focus. If you need more time because you're exhausted and you're constantly working around everyone else and you want to clone yourself, that becomes your focus. Like, how can I make more of that in my life? If it's stability because your months are up and down and you never really know what's coming in or whatever, that's going to become your focus. You cannot chase everything at once. You can want everything, but you can't focus on everything at once. I often talk about you can't go and catch every horse in the field at once. You need to go and catch the easiest pony and bring that one in and then go for the next one and the next one and so on. And the same is with your weekly decision. So it's a case of asking yourself, okay, what is it they want to achieve? What matters most right now? Get really clear on why it matters so that you actually stick to it. And then we're going to, from there, determine what we're going to do next. So if you do not decide what forward actually means for you this week, then you'll default to whatever feels urgent. Urgent does not equal important. And at the end of the week, you'll say, I'm not moving forward in my business. I've not made any progress at all, right? So that's what we're going to do first. Secondly, we're going to focus on the actions that are going to produce the result or move you forwards towards that result. Now, once you know what the result is that you want, the next thing is to focus on the action that actually creates it. So if you want more income, then your weekly focus includes revenue producing behavior and probably revenue tracking behavior, because you need to actually know this needs to be quite specific so that you can say, do you know what? I moved forward this week. So that might be following up inquiries properly, how you convert your conversations into bookings, reviewing your pricing honestly and promoting availability clearly, or filling unused capacity and maybe checking in with old clients and getting them booked in. That is going to be what your action steps are. If it's, well, I need more time, then your weekly focus is going to be on your structure. So that might be tightening your cancellations, grouping your diary, grouping where you're going. It might be reducing your availability and somehow stopping those low value services that drain you, or it could even be setting the boundaries and sticking to it. So when you're tempted to just let somebody have the time that they want, even though that time you wanted for you, you're going to stick to your boundaries on that. If, for example, you're thinking, I need less stress, Your weekly focus is about removing any friction. So it could be going, right, what's causing me the most stress? Is it my payments? Is it my lack of marketing? Is it that I'm not chasing money or that I am chasing money and I've got money outstanding? Is it that I need to put a simple system in place for bookings so that I don't have to, I can take me out of certain situations? Or is it just dealing with repeating issues that you've been tolerating over and over again? Or is it dealing with some of your people around you and thinking, I need to have these conversations and getting clear on that? But the key point is that your weekly action has to link directly to the result that you choose. If it does not link, you might be busy, but you will not be moving. And this is where equine business owners often get stuck in circles because they're doing a lot, but the thing that shifts the outcome, they're not doing that. Okay, so once we've got that as an idea, your next question and your next thing to help you with your focus is to actually go, right, when I look forward, and I look at the time that I've got ahead, maybe that's next week or the week after, can I actually fit it in? Is this realistic to my actual week? Equine business is quite physical a lot of the time. It's often seasonal, and some weeks are heavy delivery weeks. Some weeks are packed. Some weeks are just hard work. And if you pretend that every week has the same capacity in terms of your energy or in terms of your availability or your ability, or just general ability, you're going to set yourself up for fail. Like for me, for example, last week was the National Equine Show. I spent all weekend at the National Equine Show. And this week is a rest week because I need to take that rest to get myself moving forward. So look at the calendar you already have. Now, given the week that you have booked in, given where you're at with your energy and your abilities right now, everything that you've got in the calendar that's you're committed to, what is the meaningful step that you can actually take that's going to move you towards that result you choose? And decide what done looks like. So we have got really clear measure of what done looks like. So a lot of the time I'll say to my clients on the collective call on the Friday, okay, what action are you committing to next week? If you could only do one thing next week, what would it be? Can you do that? Like, is that possible for you? Yeah, so perhaps it's the follow-ups that you're going to get sent. Perhaps it's the price that you needed to change, or you needed to get something done on the website, or the empty slots, you filled them. Is it that the policies that you needed in place you've updated and you've implemented? Is it that the diary has been grouped so you've actually been able to protect your time and you put everybody in that time that you decided they were going to do? Now, if you can't decide what done looks like, then your focus is too vague and you will not feel any progress by the end of the week, even if you did some work towards it. Even if you did it, you're still not going to feel like you achieved anything. And that is so, so key when it comes to knowing what to focus on in your business right now. So the other thing that I would like to suggest on this as well is when it comes to the end of the week, I want you to, rather than go off how you feel, I want you to genuinely go back, look at your notes and give yourself a, what did you do? What didn't you do? Why didn't you do it? Don't be harsh on yourself. Focus is not a stick to beat yourself up with. Each week, you need to be really clear what happened, why it happened. That's how we learn. Yeah. That we've got that ability to go, yeah, I wanted to do that. This week it didn't happen, but I've got a really good reason. I'm not making excuses, or I wanted to achieve that. I didn't get to that end, but actually I did this and this and this to get there. So you decide what you're trying to move right now. You choose the action that's going to produce the result. You make it realistic inside your week and you decide what done really truly looks like for you so that you can actually review it. You're going to set that time in your week, every single week, to actually look at it and go, "Right, have I made progress towards my goal right now?" Because that's exactly what we do in Finish Strong Fridays inside the collective. So we slow down, we get clear, we decide the focus, we make next week intentional. We also celebrate our wins. And I think this is key with this. You want to be going, okay, I did whatever you've done. If you've done anything to move yourself forward in the week, that is progress. And you need to take time to actually notice that, because when you notice that, you get more wins, you get more progress, and it sets momentum. It's so important that you actually take time to celebrate your wins, because if you don't, nobody else is going to do it. Nobody's going to come and give you a pat on the back and say, do you know what, that was genius and you deserve a rosette this week. So that's exactly what we do inside the collective. if you want to do that as well, and you think, do you know what? I want to be able to get this focus week on week on week. I want to make it super easy for myself. I want to make sure that I've got support around me. I want to make sure that I have got that point, that we're going through that. And then I've got what I tend to do on the end of Finish on Fridays is I now tag on the hot seat coaching. So we've got really clear on where we've been this week, what we want going forward. We make sure we go back to our goals, we check our numbers, and then I say to people, right, okay, what do you need me to work with you on now? And we go through everything and we do the coaching. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, head to equinebusinessmentor.com and look up the collective. And if you join today, you can be on the call next Friday. So have a look. Any questions, let me know. But I want you to focus on what you're going to do to move the needle and to actually make progress in your business this week and not just let the business run you. So for now, have a good one.